The multi-billion-dollar coffee industry faces high demand and numerous agricultural sustainability challenges. But Finnish scientists say they have successfully produced coffee cells in a lab that they say are on the way to tasting like the real thing.
There's a noticeable roasted odor. Then depending on the roast level, it can be also quite fruity, quite green, quite honey-like actually, surprisingly.
Could this become the sustainable alternative to traditional coffee?
We propose an alternative process here. We skip the farming part and we use plant cell cultures instead. So actually real coffee cell cultures, but they are not generated in the field, but instead we are growing them in bioreactors. The main idea with all these processes, basically using the cellular agriculture to substitute agricultural commodities, is of course to have a better sustainable process.
And the sustainability challenges for coffee are numerous. Not only are many farmers throughout the world's coffee-growing belt experiencing the negative effects from climate change, the high demand for coffee also means more acreage is required to produce enough beans, which leads to deforestation.
So a decade ago we were talking about the impact of climate change and what it might mean, and now climate change is front and center for the coffee industry because we're seeing throughout the tropical coffee belt farmers being impacted by climate change, increasing temperatures, but also more erratic rainfall and increased drought.
VTT's process is localized to its laboratory. Cell cultures floating in bioreactors filled with a nutrient medium are used to produce a variety of animal and plant-based products, including coffee.
At the moment we have different roast levels and different growth parameters in our coffees. And now we of course want to just see, is there a discernible difference and in what direction does it go? For example, hypothesis goes that when you increase the roasting temperature, roasting duration, the bitterness and roasted odor intensity should increase.
But does it pass the taste test?
Not of course 100%. It tastes a combination of different types of coffees, but of course we are not there yet with the commercial variety. But it certainly does resemble coffee at the moment.
In Europe, the lab-grown coffee would need to be approved as a novel food by the European Commission before being marketed. But Satu, a barista at a downtown Helsinki coffee shop, thinks people will be into it.
I think someday, of course, because I think we're going that way because of all the natural coffee sources are vanishing, so we have to move along. But yes, I think when the day comes and if it tastes, then it's like the aromatized coffee based, so why not? I think it's possible.
Have you noticed that as everything around you seems to decline, one thing still grows? It is the power of your rulers. None of their plans and directives have solved your problems or made your life better. The only result has been their increased control over you at the cost of your freedom. Do you know why? You gave them the power.